What should we expect from the inauguration ceremony of Britain's new monarch? If you think that Charles waited too long for his coronation, just remember that his late mother, Elizabeth II, took a whole year and a half to ascend the throne, though she also ruled for an incredibly long time, as much as 70 years, which was an absolute record in Britain. Royalty experts believe that before the beginning of May, people will have time to mourn the deceased queen and the court to prepare for the ceremony, which, by the way, has not changed for 1,000 years. After the coronation of Queen Victoria in 1838, during which there were many embarrassments, starting with the ring, which was not enough, and ending with a nobleman who fell down the stairs, the court decided to record the lengthy procedure. Since then, the meeting of the new monarch has gone relatively smoothly. The ceremony in Westminster Abbey is conducted by the head of the Church of England, the Archbishop of Canterbury, who introduces the newcomer as governor, and the new monarch gives his solemn oath. The most symbolic and exciting episode of the procedure is the coronation itself. On the head of the monarch is placed a special crown, specially designed for the occasion, recreated from the golden crown of the monarch Edward the Confessor, who was in power in the 17th century. The ornament traces its history back to 1661, when it was placed on the head of Charles II. Upon acquiring the crown, Charles III undergoes the ceremony of anointing and picking up the ancient scepter of Edward VII, at which point the official coronation ceremony will be considered closed. Bad omen. Bad omens at coronations of monarchs. The crowning ceremony is a moment that is awaited with great trepidation and reverence. Perhaps that's why any careless movement is perceived as an unkind sign, which sometimes confirms the story itself. The fallen crown. This omen speaks for itself. If the crown falls, the ruler will fall soon. Alas, this is what happened at the coronation of Russian Emperor Alexander II. Only it was his wife, Empress Maria Alexandrovna, who lost the crown. Maid of honor Anna Tucheva wrote in her memoirs, "When laying the crown on the empress's head, it was so badly secured that it immediately fell. The empress picked it up and said, 'This is a sign that I shall not wear it for long.'" Unfortunately, the empress's female fate was indeed unenviable. Alexander separated from his wife, and soon he had a new family. And their beloved son, the heir Nicholas, passed away, leaving Maria Alexandrovna inconsolable. The hastily worn crown, a crown placed prematurely, is also considered a bad omen. A sad example is the coronation of Emperor Alexander III, who reigned for only 13 years. But what a long time! Alexander's era was marked by peace and a powerful economic breakthrough, for which the ruler was called the peacemaker and master of Russia. The crown is not the right size. History also dictates another sad omen. If the crown is large, the burden is too great for the ruler, as happened to Nicholas II, whose crown was too big for his head. The same bad omens were faced in her time by Queen Victoria of England. At the time of her coronation, she was only 18 years old, and the hours-long procedure proved to be too difficult and complicated for the young ruler. She even refused to wear the crown. Migraine-prone Victoria knew that a 2-kilogram Edward's crown would crush her temples so tightly that she would fall with a massive headache. The maddened entourage had to change their shoes on the go and prepare another accessory for the coronation, the crown of the British Empire. They say that everything went wrong after the crowning sign. The coronation ring barely fit her hand, and Victoria risked losing a finger trying to take it off after the ceremony. She had to keep her swollen finger in ice-cold water. There was more. Victoria picked up the scepter at an inappropriate moment, and while reading the charter, she accidentally turned 3 pages and had to start over. The cherry on the cake was the epic fall of one of the lords down the stairs, and the cacophony by some of Britain's best orchestras, who couldn't quite get their act together. Amazingly, against all the odds, Victoria managed to stay on the throne for 63 years and govern the country in a measured and calm manner.